Hello dear students, welcome to all of you. I am Priyanka Sharma and I am going to teach you general aptitude. But before starting the session, let me introduce myself. I am Priyanka Sharma and I have been teaching for GATE and ESC since 2012. So welcome to PETROGATE, each and every student. We are going to discuss the general aptitude and definitely it will be very beneficial for you because the general aptitude covers 15 marks in the GATE examination. So definitely you should not miss each and everything. We will discuss from basic level and gradually we will increase the level. So let me tell you about the introduction of general aptitude. What are the topics we are going to have discussion? Now this is the syllabus of general aptitude, dear students, for GATE examination. This is the syllabus which was updated the previous year. Okay, and this syllabus is of general aptitude which contains actually 4 topics. First one is verbal aptitude, second one is quantitative aptitude, third one is analytical aptitude, and the fourth one is spatial aptitude. So spatial aptitude has been added by the IIT Bombay in year 2021. All right, now let's approach to the each and every topic. Verbal aptitude. In this actually verbal aptitude you have to learn the basic English. Okay, this is the segment which we are going to learn English grammar, tenses, articles. These are the topics which actually related to the basic English which you learn in the class 9th or 10th. Okay, this session we are going to start from the quantitative aptitude, guys. And in the quantitative aptitude, the segments are DI, that is the data interpretation. Here we will discuss the graphs, bar graphs, pie charts, other graphs. Okay, 2D and 3D plots, maps, tables, numerals, and all these things. Okay, all right. Other than this is the quantitative aptitude session, which is very important session. I will tell you so many things related to this topic. After that we will have discussion on the analytical topic, where we will have discussion on the relation, reasoning, okay, logical reasoning, analogy, it is simple just like the analogy, number analogy, letter analogy, and there are lots of things we are going to discuss. And next one is spatial aptitude, which is newly added topic, and here I will show you how to deal with the mirror image questions, how to deal with the water image, mirror image, and the paper folding sessions, mirroring, assembling. We will have discussion on these topics, right? So as I already told you, this particular general aptitude having 4 segments. The first one is quantitative aptitude and we are going to start with the quant only. Reasoning is important, and if we talk about the marks, then the general aptitude covers 15 marks. Weightage of the general aptitude is 15 marks, dear students. So many students are there which if you can able to understand the topic of general aptitude, and if you can cover out of 15 marks, if you can cover out within 12 or 13 marks only, then it will be very beneficial for you. All right. So what should be the plan? I will tell you. What should be the strategy? I will tell you. We will have discussion on each and everything related to aptitude. So the weightage will be the 15 marks, including verbal and non-verbal segment, including verbal, non-verbal, reasoning, quant, and spatial. Each and everything contains 15 marks. Okay, in this quantitative aptitude, we are going to start with the number system, dear students. Then we will have discussion on the number system, and in that particular number system, we will have discussion on rules of divisibility, unit digit concept, okay, and LCM, HCF, and log, basics of log. Okay, after that we will have discussion on the time and work, time, speed, and distance. In that particular topic, we will have discussion on the applications of that particular topics also. Then we will go for the profit and loss percentage. All right, boat and stream. So we will have discussion on each and every topic which is important for quant. Okay, and which is actually mentioned in the syllabus also. So reasoning, next topic is verbal aptitude. In that verbal segment, you have to discussion on vocabs, one word idioms, basic knowledge of grammar, that is the requirement. And the next one is spatial. So I will tell you each and everything related to spatial aptitude also, because it is very important topic. All right. So the overall weightage is 15 marks, and you can easily score 15 marks, guys, if you focus on the basics. You can easily score 15 marks. It's not impossible to get 15 marks. So many of my students since last few years got 15 out of 15 marks, full marks in general aptitude, and even full marks in engineering mathematics also. So there is definitely not at all impossible thing that you can score the full marks. Okay, so you can also do. If others can do, then you can also do. Okay, guys. So we are going to start here with the number system. What is my requirement? As I already told you so many times, dear students, ki what is my requirement to each and every student? You have to write notes. Okay, you have to make proper notes. For that notes, at least you need 2 or 3 pens so that you can make a proper notes with the different colors of pen. Your notes should be attractive, because when your notes are attractive, then you will attract towards the notes. Okay, so you will feel each and every time, you will feel to learn, you will feel to just open your notebook. Okay, so it should be very good in writing. Okay, and other than this, you will we are going to start with the basics of number system. Okay, what are the defines, what are the formulas? I will tell you each and every formula, each and every define. Then I will tell you guys the good examples. Then I will tell you the PYQs also. So we will have a discussion on PYQs, and let me clear very important thing. We are not going to discuss on PYQ of any single branch. We are going to have discussion on the previous year GAT problems of each and every branch, which are common to all. Okay, because as I already think so, and as I believe that engineering, mathematics and aptitude are common branches, common to each and every branch. Whether you are from civil, mechanical, EC, electrical, IN, petroleum, whatever be your branch, it does not make any difference. Okay, so if you are from petroleum branch, but you should know about the level of mechanical, you should know about the level of civil, you should know about the level of EC, electrical, IN, instrumentation, you should know about the level of each and every branch in maths and aptitude. So that's why I'm going to deal with the each and every PYQ of each and every branch. Okay guys, now let's start with the number system. Now what is the number system? We will have discussion on this one. Okay, what we are going to have discussion in this particular lecture, let me tell you. We are going to start with the basics of numbers. Basics of number system means we are going to have discussion on the basic series. Series means the formulas, the series, summations, sum of formulas, sum of natural numbers, sum of integers, sum of whatever. The formulas will be of sum. Okay, so sum formulas, sum of series. Here you can see the sum of series approach. All right, in this particular lecture I'm going to talk about. Okay, first thing. Second thing, we are going to have discussion on the good examples based on the series. And the third point, we are going to have discussion on the PYQs. All right, and PYQs with the trick. This is the important part. PYQs with the shortcut, so that it will be your learning. We will have discussion the question with the shortcut. I will tell you the very important things. I will tell you the amazing tricks also. Okay guys, so this will be my roadmap. As I already told you, let's start with the very first thing. This is the number tree. Now you should know about the numbers, and it's a very basic thing. I think you guys already know about this one, that what are the numbers, what are these numbers. Okay, I will tell you. Now number tree means when we talk about numbers are having only and only 2 categories. The first is real number and the second is imaginary number. Since the childhood, since in the class 5th or 6th, we are going to learn these numbers. The very first number is real number and the second number is imaginary number. First one is real number and the second one is imaginary number. Now what is real number? Real number means the number which contains real values. Means the meaning of real values. You will say, "Arey ma'am, it's very simple. The meaning of real values is nothing but those numbers are called real number, which we can plot on the number line. On the real axis of the number line, if I will talk about the mathematical language, it will be those number are called the real number, which we can plot on the real axis of the number line. Okay, now let's have discussion on one more define of this real number. Those number are called real number which are not imaginary. Which are not imaginary means which does not contain the term iota. Now what is iota? Iota is nothing but the root of -1. So it's iota is the indication of imaginary number. If any number contain iota, will denote that number is particularly an imaginary number. But if any number does not have iota, it means that is a real number. So let me tell you about the real number. I will tell you each and everything in details. Okay, so let me write down here about the real number. All right, so although there will be not at all any single question is going to ask in the GET examination about the define of real, but you should be aware without these basic knowledge you are not able to cover the very important concepts of number system. All right, so that's why I'm telling you guys. Let's start with the real number. Real number means which we can plot on real axis of number system. Real axis of number system. All right, how it is that we know very well. If I'm plotting a graph, this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, or I will say this is my real part and this is my imaginary part. Okay, you can write down only real. This is the real axis, this is the imaginary axis. Those numbers which we plot here, these are called either that it is possible that the real number can be negative, it can be positive, it can be zero, it can be anything, but it cannot be imaginary. It cannot be imaginary. It does not contain iota sign. Is it clear? All right. Right. So real number is what? Real number means those number which we can plot on real axis of a number system. Which we can plot on real axis of number system. All right. First thing is done. It is clear. Now, when we talk about the imaginary number, okay. Let me write down the one more thing about the real number. Sorry. Yeah, let me write down the one more thing about the real number, that is it does not contain the term iota. It does not contain the term iota. So it does not contain the term iota. It should be clear in your mind that the real number does not have any iota. All right, first thing is clear. Let's come to the next thing. Next thing is imaginary number. When we talk about the imaginary number, it is clear in our mind what is imaginary number. Now we know very well. Imaginary number which contain iota. Done. It is done. Which contain iota is an imaginary number. So which contains iota. Iota is equals to root of -1. Iota is equals to root of -1, which contains iota is imaginary number. All right. Okay, done. Now it is imaginary number, it is real number. These are very basic thing, and again you can say when any number can plot on the imaginary axis, we will say those numbers are what? Imaginary number. Those number are what? Imaginary number. If we can plot any number on the real axis, those number are called real numbers. Clear? All right. Now when we talk about the parts of, here we are going to have discussion on only and only real number. Why? Because in imaginary number we used to discuss in the engineering mathematics. In engineering mathematics there is a particular topic that is called complex variable, where we deal with the imaginary number, where we used to find out the sum, product, integration, differentiation, each and everything related to imaginary number. All right, here we will not discuss about imaginary number. Now let's talk about the parts of real number. There are two parts. First is rational number, second is irrational number. The first is rational number and the second is irrational number. Rational number are those number which we can write down in the form of p by q. All right, those number are called rational number. Which we can write down in the form of p by q, and where q should not equals to 0. It means if I write down 3 by 4, it is my rational number, right? Because 4 is not equals to 0. So you can go for rational number. Since the childhood we used to learn the same define that any real number is said to be rational number if we can write down in the form of p by q. And p and q should belong to the integer. It should be clear in your mind. P and q should belong to the integer, obviously, right? When we talk about the irrational number, we will say those number are said to be irrational number which we cannot define in the form of p by q. Okay? Which we cannot write down in the form of p by q. Can't write in the form of p by q. All right. Clear? So this is called irrational number. When we talk about the integers that we know very well, integers are those numbers which we can plot on the real axis, which does not contain any fraction. It means -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and so on. These numbers are integers only. Clear? When we talk about the integers, it has actually two parts, negative numbers and whole numbers. Negative numbers means only and only negative numbers, -1, -3, -4, -5, -10, -15, -1000, whatever. When we talk about the whole numbers, it contains negative number, it contains 0, it contains positive number. Clear? When we talk about the fraction, guys, that we know very well, there are some numbers which we can write down in the form of fraction. Fraction is the simple fraction, right? Fraction has three parts, proper, improper and mixed. It should be clear in your mind. Fraction has three parts. Let me tell you about this particular segment, because I don't think so that there is a need to write down about the rational or irrational, define of rational and irrational, because definitely there will be no define of rational and irrational will ask in the GATE examination, because it's not a written examination where they will ask you write down the define of rational. Nah, they will not ask you. You should know, but you should know. Okay, you should know. Even I will say ki each and everything will clear in your mind before starting the concept of this particular chapter. All right. So integers are what? Integers are basic integers. When we talk about the integers, there are two parts. I will tell you about integer also. Okay, let me start with the integer. So integers, when we talk about the integers, there are two parts of integers. As according to this one, there are two parts of integer. Even we will say there are three parts. 0 is also an integer. We will say negative integers. All right, negative integers and whole numbers. And 0 is also an integer. Do you know that, guys? The 0 is also an integer. Okay. When we talk about the negative number, it is -3, -2, -1, whatever it can be. Even you can write down -9, -8, -7, up to -1. These are the integers and so on, negative integers. When we talk about the whole number, it contains -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Means the whole numbers will cover negative integers, positive integers and 0 itself. Clear? So these are the whole numbers. Now, when we talk about the fractions, let's have discussion on the fractions. Let me write down here about the fractions. Now, when we talk about the fractions, it has three parts. The first one is proper fraction, improper fraction and mixed fraction. Now, what is the proper fraction? Proper fraction, improper fraction, proper fraction, improper fraction and mixed fraction. Is it clear? Proper fraction, improper fraction and mixed fraction. Now, let's start with the proper fraction. Proper fraction are those fractions actually which we can write down. Proper fraction are those fractions, suppose I have P by Q form and where the value of P is less than 2Q. The value of P is less than 2Q. Let's take an example. If I will write down 1 by 2, this is my proper fraction. If I will write down 1 by 2, this is my proper fraction, because in the numerator, it is always less than to the denominator. If numerator is always less than to the denominator, we will say that particular fraction is called proper fraction, guys. Clear? Alright. Now, when we talk about the improper fraction, ma'am, we don't know about the improper fraction. Let me tell you guys what is improper fraction. Let me use the different pen. Okay, this green one. Now, when we talk about the improper fraction are those fractions are improper where the value of P is greater than 2Q. P is greater than 2Q. Okay, you can ask, ma'am, why you put here mod? It means, my dear student, the value can be positive or negative. It can be -1, -2. It can be -1 + 2. It can be anything. So that's why I am taking here the value modulus value only. Clear? That's why I am taking here mod. Mod means modulus. It's not modulus root of x² + y². It's simple mod, means the positive value, or because sign does not affect this thing. All right. Now improper fraction. When we talk about this one, the value of p is greater than 2, p is greater than 2q. It means when I write down 3, when I write down 3 by 2, this is called, when I write down 3 by 2, this is called what? This is improper fraction. This is an improper fraction. Suppose I write down 4 by 3, this is an improper fraction because in the numerator the value is greater than to the denominator. So that is called improper fraction. All right. When we talk about the mixed fraction now, improper fraction can be converted into mixed fraction. Remember my thing. Just remember this thing, dear student. Proper fraction cannot be converted in the mixed fraction. You are not able to convert a proper fraction into a mixed fraction. But you always can convert an improper fraction into a mixed fraction. How? When it's a 3 by 2, I can write down when I divide 2 by 3, it will be 1, it will be 2, it will be 1. So I can write down in 1 is to 1 by 2. It is what? It is the mixed fraction. It is what? It is the mixed fraction. I think you guys are getting my point. This is the mixed fraction only. So mixed fraction means when you convert, when you divide, or we can say when you convert an improper fraction into a one more fraction form, that is called the mixed fraction. So it can be written as just like this: 1 is to 1 by 2, 2 is to 1 by 3, right? Anything, any number of improper fraction can be converted into the mixed fraction very easily. Clear? So I think these points are clear in your mind. What is negative numbers, whole numbers, proper, improper, mixed fraction, done. 0 is an whole number. Yeah, definitely natural number. We know very well those numbers are natural number which we can convert. Those numbers including 0, excluding 0. All number are natural number only. Clear? Right. So when we talk about these things, I think it is clear to each and every student. Now this is a basic, as I already told you, this is the basic, guys. So not at all any single question will come from the segment of defines. Okay, we are not going to have any single question in GATE examination of define section, but you should know about each and every number which I already told you very clearly. All right. Now this is the part which you should know. Before starting the concept, this is the part which you should know, because these formulas will help you so many times. Okay, in good examples also, in PYQs also. So we are going to have discussion on these formulas definitely. So let's start with the very first formula, sum of the first n natural number. This is a very basic formula which we used to learn since the childhood means ma'am, which we used to learn since the class of 7th or 8th. We used to learn this formula. The sum of first n natural number, right? When we talk about this one, the formula is okay. Let me write down here only, so it will be more clear to you guys. Okay, leave it. I will tell you each and every formula separately, right? So it will be more clear to you. Even some formulas I will elaborate also for you. Sum of first n natural number. Sum of first n natural numbers. Sum of first n natural numbers. Let's have discussion. What is the sum of first n natural numbers and how we deal this one? We know very well sum of first n natural number is equals to n plus 1 by 2. n plus 1 by 2. Since the childhood we used to learn, even we used to apply this formula so many times. The formula is n plus 1 by 2. Sum of n natural numbers. Okay, sum of n natural numbers is nothing but n plus 1 by 2, my dear students. Clear? Yeah, clear. All right. Now if you want to approach for any number, let me write down an example for you. Suppose I have to find out the sum of first 8 natural numbers. Now either question can be written in this form or question can be written in this form also. Find the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. Suppose question is written in this form also. Both are same thing. Either it's written find the sum of first 8 natural numbers, or it is written Find the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. It is same. It is exactly same. What we have to do, ma'am? We have to put the formula only and the question is done. Exactly. What is the formula? Arey bhai, formula is n plus 1 by 2. The formula is n plus 1 by 2. When we approach the formula, what is n here? N is the number of terms which you are talking about. So number of terms are what? Guys, it is 8. So when we approach here, it will be 8 into 8 plus 1 divided by 2. 8, it will be cancelled out by 4. Right, so 4 into 9, it will be 4 9 ja 36. So my final answer will be 3 6 36, my guys. Is it clear? It's a very simple thing. We can easily go. We will go with very easy manner, right? All right. So I think it's clear to everyone how to deal with the formula. It's a very simple formula. Whenever question talks about, it's not like that. You will get direct question of sum of n natural number. You can get, I'm not denying this one, you can get direct question also, but importantly this formula will help you in indirect way also. In many of the series you will get that you have to approach this formula where suppose there is an AP or there is an GP or there is some other formula is actually using in the question, but there is a requirement of this particular formula, so you should know about this. Clear? Now sum of first n natural number, it is done. Now when we talk about the previous one, sum of first n natural number. Now when we talk about the sum of first n even numbers, the question is, the formula is slightly changed. Earlier we talk about sum of first n natural number. Now it is sum of first n even numbers. Let's talk about this one. Sum of first n even numbers. I will elaborate this formula. Sum of first n even numbers or even natural numbers. It should be clear in your mind that we are talking about natural numbers only. Sum of first n even natural numbers. Now sum of first n even natural numbers, right? Now what is the formula? I will tell you. We will make the formula. Just write down here any natural number. Sum of first n even natural number. Suppose it is 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 and so on and so on and so on. And we have to find out the sum of this particular series. Suppose we have a series of let me write down up to the 2n. Suppose we have a series of first n even natural number. We have a series of we have a series of first n natural number which are even. So sum of first n even natural number, and we have to find out the sum of this one, right? The series is this one and we have to find out the sum of this one. So we can denote S of E. E is denoting the even number, sum of E. Okay, how we will write down? We will write down it's 2 plus 6 plus 4 plus 8 plus 10 plus and so on. Let's take 2 outside. Let's take 2 common from the complete series. It will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 and so on up to n. Areva. We are getting the formula. Exactly, we are here with the formula. Now what is the formula? Ma'am, I am not getting this point. You will say, so my dear student, the formula is, this is nothing but the sum of first n natural number. Just the previously we discussed about this one. Just in the previous slide we discussed about this one, that the sum of first n natural number is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2, right? Exactly. So when we talk about this one, it will be 2. We just take common 2. It will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. This is nothing but sum of first n natural numbers. It is nothing but sum of first n natural numbers, and we know the formula, that is n plus 1 by 2. So when we approach here 2, it will be n plus 1 by 2. 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. Hence my result will be sum of even natural numbers, sum of first n even natural numbers will be n into n plus 1. Is it clear, my dear students? N into n plus 1. It should be clear in your mind because we are dealing with a very easiest manner. Nothing can be easy. Nothing can be easy other than this. Clear? So it should be clear in your mind that we are going to have discussion on each and every formula, and the formula is crystal clear in your mind. So the formula is, whenever you have to talk about the sum of n, sum of first n even natural numbers, sum of first n even natural numbers, you will say the formula is n into n plus 1. Done. Let's have discussion on with an example. Suppose I have a question and I have to find out the sum of, the question is find the sum of first 20 even natural numbers. First 20 even natural numbers. I have to find out the sum of first 20 even natural numbers. How we will deal? We know very well here n is what? 20. N is what? 20. Now we know the formula, that is sum of even first n even natural numbers is nothing but n plus 1. All right. Yes, we know very well. It is n plus 1. When we approach here, it will be sum of even natural number is n is 20. It is 20 plus 1. It will be 21. So we will approach 20 into 21. It will give me 240. So my answer will be 420, my dear students. Is it clear? Right? So we can easily approach these things. These things definitely help you. There are questions which actually asked in the GATE exam also. So you should know about these formulas. Clear? This was the formula, sum of n, sum of first n even natural number. Now when we talk about the odd, let's have discussion about odd also. Odd is also our friend. So sum of first n odd natural numbers. Let's talk about odd. When we talk about odd, it will be, we can elaborate the formula of odd also. Sum of first n odd natural numbers. Sum of first n odd natural numbers. Is it visible, na? Right. Sum of first n odd natural numbers. So when we approach to this one, what will be the result, guys? Let's have discussion. So ma'am, we can write down the odd numbers. Yes, you can write down 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 and so on. Okay. Now when we have to prove this form, this reason, we have to find out the formula. Okay, write down the last term also, na? It is 2n minus 1. Right. If we have to prove this one, how we will deal? Let's approach it. We can write down this is an odd number series and we have to find out the sum of odd number. So you can denote this one by SO. That is the sum of odd number. It's not S0, it is SO. Okay, right? Okay, if you want, let me more clear it. It will be more clear. NO, that is odd natural number, and for that particular one you can write down n even natural number. Clear? So it will be more clear in your mind. You should write down NE. NE is denoting even natural number. NE is denoting even natural number. Clear? And we will write down here NE. All right, and this one will be NO. NO is denoting the odd natural numbers. All right. So how we will deal? Here we can see 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 and so on we are having. So can we write down this 1 as a 2 minus 1? Definitely. Can we write down this 3 as a 4 minus 1? Definitely. 5 as an 6 minus 1? Yes. 7 as an 8 minus 1? Yes, and so on. So we can write down this 2n minus 1 as 2n minus 1. Exactly, we can write down. So we will say, we will just take even numbers outside, 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 and so on up to the 2n. These are the even numbers. Yes. And here we can see we will get n times 1. Okay, that is 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. It will be up to the n times. So you can write down here minus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. It you can write down. Okay, you can write down up to the n. Clear? So we will write down that particular sum will be n only. So here it will be n only. All right. When we talk about this one, this is nothing but sum of the first n even natural numbers, which we discussed in the previously, that is n plus 1. Right. So we will use here the formula, that is n plus 1. Minus n is already there. So when we elaborate this one, it will be sum of n odd numbers, it will be n plus 1. So it will be n square plus n minus n. N and n will be cancelled out. My dear students, you will get sum of n natural odd numbers will be n square only. Is it clear? It will be n square only. Clear? So these are the three formulas which you should know, because these formulas are base. First one is sum of first n natural numbers, that is n plus 1 by 2. Second, sum of first n even natural numbers, that is n plus 1 by n into n plus 1 only. The third one is sum of first odd natural numbers, n odd natural numbers, it will be n square only. Clear? Now suppose if we have to find out the average of these series, means if we have to find out the average of n natural numbers, or you have to find out the sum of first n even natural numbers, or you have to find out the sum of first n odd natural numbers, then how you will deal? Let me tell you. So whenever we talk about the average, it is an important thing. Whenever we talk about the average, we know very well average of any number is nothing but the total divided by number of terms. Total divided by number of terms, or the sum divided by total number of terms. Is it clear? Right? So suppose we have to find out the average of n natural numbers. Average of n natural numbers. If we have to find out the average of n natural numbers, we will say the sum of n natural numbers is, we have to find out the average, then what will be the formula? We will say it is equals to sum of n natural numbers. The formula will be sum of n natural numbers. This is the exact one which we are going to deal. We are going to deal this one only, divided by number of terms that are n only. Number of terms that are n only, right? The terms are n. So we will write down the formula sum of n natural number, that is n plus 1 by 2, and it's already n here. So we will write down n. This n and this n will be cancelled out. When we talk about the average of first n natural numbers, we will say the average is nothing but n plus 1 by 2, my dear students. Is it clear? The average is nothing but the remaining term, that is n plus 1 by 2, right? So the average, whenever we talk about the average of n natural numbers, we will say the average is nothing but n plus 1 by 2. In the same manner, you can find the average of, why I am writing here, because a question has been asked in the GATE examination which is exactly from the average. Okay, I will show you later this question. So the sum of first n natural number is done. When we talk about the sum of first average of n even numbers, then what will be that one? When we talk about the average of even and odd numbers both, so average of n even natural numbers, or you can say first n even natural numbers. First n even natural numbers. So it will be sum divided by total. What is the sum? Sum divided by number of terms. Number of terms. The sum or the total of n even natural number is n plus 1 divided by number of terms, that is equals to n. N and n will be cancelled out. So the formula will be of n plus 1 only. So whenever you have to find out the average of n even natural number, you will say, my dear students, the result is n plus 1 only. Is it clear? And when it is talk about the average of, when it's talk about the average of first n odd natural number, first n odd natural number, then we will say the formula is sum is n square divided by n. So it will be n only. It will be only and only n. Is it clear? Suppose there are 48 terms. Suppose there are first okay, you have to find out the average of first 48 even numbers. You have to find out the average of first 48 even natural numbers. Then you will say the result will be, ma'am, 48 plus 1, that is equals to 49. So the average of first 48 even natural numbers will be 49. Suppose you have to find out the sum of first 31 odd natural numbers, then you will say, ma'am, it will be 31 only. Is it clear? If we have to find out the sum of first 31 odd natural number, you will say it is n, that is equals to 31 only. Clear? So it should be clear in your mind, my dear students. It's a very, very simple thing, but although you should aware about these things, these formulas, right? Let's talk about 4 examples. The very first one is the sum of first 50 natural numbers is what? Sum of first 50 natural numbers. It's talking about sum of first 50 natural numbers. Sum of first means n is equals to 50. You are talking about sum of first 50 natural numbers. That is, the formula is n plus 1 by 2. We know the formula. We can approach by this one. n plus 1 by 2. We have to approach. So when we approach this one, guys, it will be n plus 1 by 2. It will be n is 50. It is 50 into 50 plus 1 by 2. You can cancel out 25. It will be 25 into 51. You can calculate. Even I can also calculate. You can calculate. I can also calculate. So let me calculate this one. It is 25. I think 1275 it should be. Exactly it is 1275. Right? So it will be 1275, my dear students. We can easily approach, very easily. Okay. Let's come to the previous one. Sum of first 40 natural even numbers. You are talking about sum of first 40 natural even numbers. Now, what is the natural even numbers? We know that. We know very well the sum of first 40. So, n is equals to 40, but this time you are talking about even natural numbers. So, the formula is of ne, exactly. It will be n plus 1 only. Alright. What is n? N is 40 into 41. The result is done. It is 041640 will be your final answer. Clearly seen. Done. You can easily approach, very easily. The third one is sum of first 23 natural odd numbers. We can approach. Sum of first 23 natural odd numbers. So 23 square will be the answer only. We know very well. 23 square. Here n is equals to 23. And question is talking about sum of n odd natural numbers. So it will be n square. It will be 23 square. You can approach it directly. Clear? So we can directly approach it, guys. Right. We can approach it. Yes. So we can approach it directly. Okay. So you can calculate. I think so. It will be 529. We can calculate it directly. Done. So now when we talk about the last one is simple and I will do here only. The last one is simple and I will do here only. So it is talking about what is the average of first 76 natural odd number. We already discussed the formula here. The sum of first n natural odd number. The average of first n natural odd number is nothing but n only. If we talk about the even number, it will be n plus 1. So what will be the formula? What will be the result? You will say, array ma'am, answer will be the same. What is the question? Here n is equals to 76. Though the average is nothing but 76 only. Why? Because the formula is n only. Is it clear? Right? So it should be clear in your mind, guys, so that we are discussing these very important things. Now let's have discussion on this one. This is the simple question. What will be the maximum sum of 44, 42, 40 and so on and so on and so on? It's a very simple question. It's a very simple question. We can go for this question. So just read out this question. We will have discussion on this one. All right. It's a very simple question which actually asked in GATE 2013 and the question was of 1 mark. So it's written in the question, the term is what will be the maximum sum of, this is the key point. This is the key point. We have options exactly. Let's deal, it's talking about sum of maximum number, maximum sum of this series. So let's write down the series in a simple manner. The series is, we can write down it is as 44, all right. 42, 40, 38, 36, 34, 32 up to 4. We can see here 4, 2, 0, right, 0. That is -2, -4, -6 and so on. We have to find out the sum now, right? So let me write down the series. So it will be, the series will be 44 plus 42 plus 40 plus 32 plus 36. Now it's not 32, it is 38. Plus 36 plus 34 plus 32 and so on and so on and so on. Plus 4 plus 2 plus 0 minus 2 minus 4 minus 6 minus 8 minus 10 and so on. It will going on and on and on. All right. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the sum of this one. Now we are not going to find out the sum. We have to find out the maximum sum. There is two things and it's very, very different. First one is finding the sum only. Second one is finding the maximum sum only. Maximum sum, whenever it's talk about the maximum sum, it means it's clearly say the question is talking about that you will not include the negative terms. So negative terms will be excluded. Negative term will not consider whenever it's talking about the maximum sum. Okay, if we have to find out the sum only, then we will approach this one and we will find out the form with the help of the formula. But here we have to find out the maximum sum. Okay, so how we will deal? We will deal that we will not consider the negative term. It's clear in your mind. We will not consider the negative term. So negative terms. Negative terms will not be considered. Why? Because it's talking about the maximum sum. Considered because it's talking about the maximum sum. Talking for maximum sum only. It should be clear in your mind. Maximum sum only. Is it clear? Right? All right. So we can write down the series as, yes, we can write down it as 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 and so on and so on and so on. What? We will write down what? 12 plus 36 plus 38 plus 40 plus 42 plus 44. Yes, exactly. We can write down the threes in a simple manner, na? Although if I find out the sum by 44, 42, 40, 38, 36, 32, 34, whatever it is, even I can go with the normal, means I can go with the forward sequence also now. So it should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, exactly. Clear? So we have to find out the sum of this particular series. So let's write down here in a fresh page 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 and so on up to 36 plus 38 plus 40 plus 42 plus 44. Now can you tell me, my dear students, what is this series? You will tell me, ma'am, this is nothing but the sum of the n natural even numbers. This is the series of even natural numbers. Yes, exactly, we can see. This is the series of even natural numbers. Exactly, we can see. So what is the even natural number? Ma'am, we have to find out the term only n here. We have to consider the term only n here. Can you tell me how many even natural numbers are here? Ma'am, I am not getting the point. Why you are talking about terms? Baba, it start from 2, it ends at 44. How many terms we covered? How many even natural numbers we covered? You will say, ma'am, it is 2 to 22, right? So it will be 22 only, right? It will be 22. Baba, it will be 22 only. Clear? So n is 22. We know the formula of sum of even natural numbers. The formula is, we already discussed, we already elaborate that formula. So sum of n even natural numbers, that is equals to n plus 1. Exactly. So we will get the result as it is n even natural numbers is equals to 22 into 22 plus 1. That is equals to 22 into 23. Do we have options? Yeah, we do have. So the number which contains last 6, it will be the answer. Why? 22 into 23 na, 2 3 is 6. So we can directly approach. Now 22 into whenever I have to find out 22 into 23 and I have 4 options. Among those options only one terms contained in the last 6. You will say it will be the answer because it will be in the end, it will be 26. 2 3 is 6. It will be 6 only na. So I can directly write down. If you want to multiply, you can definitely. I am talking about the trick only, right? we can directly approach with the last digit, that is called the unit digit only. Okay, I will tell you the concept of unit digit also later. We will discuss in very effective manner, very easiest manner. So the final answer is 506 will be my final answer. Clear, guys? So the 506 will be my final answer for this particular GATE problem which has been asked in GATE 2013, and the question is of the 1 mark.